Vicki, what do you most admire about or appreciate about your mother as you think about Mother's Day this year?
Her caring, her love for others and for family. She enjoyed life to the fullest. She made the best of every situation she was in. Her wit, her intelligence, she was just such an all-around person. Best sense of humor, and we did enjoy her. Oh, she always had an April Fool joke that was so viable you thought was real. And even when she was in her last year, she had an April Fool joke. She loved it here at Covenant. She was able to stay here the last couple years of her life, and she really enjoyed that. She enjoyed the people, the opportunities that were afforded to her. Her religion was so important to her, and that was a driving force that kept us on the straight and narrow as best she could. She couldn't always do that, but as best she could. And we all miss her so very much.
Okay, my mother was the kind of woman who always found productive things to do. No matter what, she was an apartment manager, she was a full-time mother, she was a full-time wife, yet she sewed all of hers and my clothes. She knitted, she crocheted, she volunteered at various organizations. She always found good and productive things to do. And in that respect, I admire being able to know what's important and what isn't.
So the favorite memory I have of my mom, his name was Barbara, a lot of people called her Bobby, is her humor. She had a great sense of humor, always kept all of us laughing. Probably the most impactful thing she did for me was to take us all to church and make sure that we were in church morning, noon, and night. And that has certainly affected my life and the life of my family.
When I think about my mom, I think about the standard that she set. First of all, she loves Jesus. She loves God's Word. She has always taught us to love God's Word, to work hard, to be content, to love her children, our grandchildren. And she has shown what it's like to be a gentle and quiet spirit. So if I can be anything like her, I will be very blessed.
First, my mother lived at Covenant Village from the year 2000 to 2012, so I'm a second-generation villager. What I remember about my mother and have always been in awe of was her amazing energy, her creativity, and her fearlessness, because she had a really, really interesting life. But what stays with me is her unconditional love, and that is something that she taught me not just for family, but for friends and colleagues and the people that you meet every day.
She's a hardworking woman. She retired, she still works, she still take care of people, she still loves everybody the same. She's outgoing and she loves people. So that's why I'm here to take care of these people. I watched my mama do it for years.
My mother died too early at the age of 57, but in her short life, I learned from her appreciation of beauty of nature, and she brought that into our home. And it was beautiful, but also warm and welcoming to all my friends and her friends. I really admire her strength through adversity. That was amazing. And then what still sustains me to this day is her bringing me into our faith community and how she lived through that. And then again, I'll say that sustains me today and through my lifetime.
My mom, she was Mary Jane Gardner Crockett. She was a native Gastonian, and she was a person with a very special personality. She was outspoken, and I think she taught me to stand up for myself, to be a responsible person. She just instilled in me the idea that I could take care of myself and be all that I could be.
My mother was born in Gastonia, and she
her mother was Kari Hamrick, and she grew up here and went to church at that Lorraine Mills Baptist Church and lived here until her early teenage years. And her mother had passed away, and she had to go and live with her aunts in Charlotte. And she lived there until she married my dad. And so then I grew up in Charlotte, and later on, our family moved to Union County, and just outside of Indian Trail in the county. And I remember mostly about the younger years. As I get older, I think about my mother whenever I was really small, and that meant the most to me because my mother was very quiet, and she didn't complain about anything. She was just a very modest person. She didn't dress flashy or anything like that, but she loved to sing, and she would walk around the house singing hymns all day long. There were 5 children. I'm the youngest of 5, and I think that probably gave her more peace and comfort trying to raise all these children. My dad was gone a lot driving a truck, and she was there to raise us, and so that really meant a lot to me. I didn't think about it so much when I was younger, but now that, I've gotten older and she's gone, I remember those days that, she was really a good spiritual witness for our family.
The one thing I appreciate the most about my mom is everything that she does for me and my success in my future.
My mom lived here at Covenant Village for 18 years, and she loved it here.
And I think the thing that I will remember the most about her is I always called her the card lady.
She wrote cards to everyone. And when I say she wrote a card, I mean she literally wrote a note in it, and people really felt that she was thinking of them. And it didn't matter. Sometimes it was people that were ill. Sometimes it was just to let people know that she thought about them. I'm trying very hard to be like her and write notes to people, but I'm not near as good as she was.
I lost my mother when I was a child, but I have good memories of her. She was kind, generous, smart, and very patient. Also, she loved to read books. I think about her still all this time.
What I most admire about my mom is her dedication to work and is always providing for our family, and how caring and loving she is towards me and my siblings.
My mother had the most wonderful personality. She was always in a good mood, except when something didn't go right with the children, and then she could get a little uppity if she wanted to. But I knew she was always right, and she was a great volunteer for anything that my sister and I had any part in. She was always that. There was never a Sunday or a GA meeting or a choir practice that she didn't go, made sure we got there, and if they needed help, she would always volunteer. So I tried to do what she did with my children, and I think I succeeded.
She was just so caring, and she was a beautiful mom too. And she worked to put us through school, and she was just special.
I miss you, Mom.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.